Good morning, children. Today we will start new lesson. Lesson number 4, altitudes and medians of a triangle. Children, we will start this lesson with one activity. The activity is draw a line. Draw a line. So let's draw the line. I'm drawing one line. Okay. Arrow. Take a point outside the line. So anywhere I can take the point, but it should be not on the line. It should be outside the line. Suppose I am taking this point over here. Point A. Now what they ask you, take a point outside the line and draw a perpendicular from the point to the line. Okay, so we have to draw the perpendicular which is passing through point A. Okay, and it should be perpendicular to this given line. Okay, with the help of set square. So I have taken one set square. So what I will do for that, I will put a set square in this manner. Remember this base should coincide with the given line. So I am keeping in this manner the set square. Not like this, not like this. It should be perfect coincide with the baseline. Okay, and then we have to slide this set square till its vertical edge touch the point A. Okay, so I will draw this. You can see now this is exact position. This line is coinciding with the line A and its vertical edge is touching point A. So I will draw at such moment the perpendicular. You can see this is 90 degree. So I have completed my activity. I have drawn such a segment, children, which is passing through this point and it is perpendicular to the opposite line. Okay, which is opposite to this vertex. Okay, now why I taught you or recalled this activity? It is going to be used. This method is going to be used while drawing the altitudes, children. Now what is altitude? Let's recall. You have learnt that, but still once again. Altitude is, it's a perpendicular segment like this. It's a perpendicular segment drawn from a vertex. Drawn from a vertex. What is vertex? You know very well. In a triangle, this vertex A, this is vertex B, this is vertex C, suppose. Okay, so I am going to, altitude is such a segment which is perpendicular segment. Okay, altitude is a perpendicular segment. From where to where it is? It is drawn from a vertex of a triangle. So that perpendicular segment, which is nothing but altitude, is from vertex. Either it starts from A or B or C, any vertex. And where it end up that segment? Drawn from a vertex of a triangle and on the side opposite to it. So altitude is such a perpendicular segment which is drawn from vertex and making 90 degree angle with the opposite side. As you can see, point vertex A is the opposite of side BC. Am I right? Listen to me carefully. I am repeating. Vertex A is the opposite of side BC. Okay. Same way, vertex C is opposite of side AB. Am I right? And vertex B is opposite of side AC. So what is altitude? Altitude is such a segment which is drawn from one vertex and perpendicular to opposite side. So in this triangle, I can draw three such altitude. One altitude which will be drawn from vertex A and making 90 degree angle with side BC. Second altitude would be drawn from vertex B and making 90 degree angle with the opposite side AC. And third vertex would be drawn from third altitude would be drawn from vertex C and making 90 degree angle with opposite side AB. In this way, on all three sides, 1 altitude will come from the opposite vertices. In the next video, I will teach you how to draw that with the set square. Thank you. Welcome back, children. Now I am going to show you how to construct the altitude. Okay. In the last video, I explained what is altitude. Altitude is a perpendicular segment drawn from vertex and perpendicular to the opposite side. Okay. So, how to draw? Let's draw the first altitude, which is drawn from vertex A and making 90-degree angle with the opposite side BC. For that, what I will do? For that, you need to take one set square, children. As I shown you in my upper activity, same activity you have to repeat 3 times. That's it. That's why I shown you that activity first. Now take the set square. Okay. Now this angle is a 90-degree. This angle is 90-degree. Am I right? So what you have to do? You have to put the set square on the opposite side BC. Okay. So don't put like this way or this way. It should coincide with the side BC. Okay. And once it is kept in this manner, then go on sliding till its vertical edge, set square's vertical edge, touch the point A or vertex A. Understood? Once you got such a situation, you can see the situation. Horizontal base is coinciding with BC and vertical edge of the set square is touches the vertex A. So once you got such a situation, then draw the perpendicular. In this way, I had drawn my first altitude. Suppose you give the name AD. So first altitude AD, which is a perpendicular segment drawn from vertex A and perpendicular to the opposite side BC. Now let's draw the another altitude drawn from the vertex C and perpendicular to the opposite side AB. Opposite side is AB, so again I will put the set square on the AB. Understood? And again you should coincide with the side AB. It should not like this way, it should not like this way. Just keep it like this way. And go on sliding till set square's vertical edge touches the point C. You can see now this is a perfect one. So I am drawing. Okay, so this is the 90-degree angle. Then third altitude I am going to draw. This time it would be drawn from vertex B and making 90-degree with the angle with the opposite side AC. So I will put the set square in this manner. Keep it like this way and go on sliding till its vertical edge touches the segment B. You can see this vertical side is sliding coinciding with the side AC and vertical edge is touching the B. So let's draw. And in this manner, this angle is 90-degree. And I have drawn all the 3 altitudes. Suppose this name is E and this is F. So there are 3 altitudes. AD perpendicular to opposite side BC. Second altitude is B drawn from vertex B and perpendicular to opposite side AC. And third altitude drawn from vertex C and perpendicular to the opposite side AB. Okay. So CF, not C only, CF. Okay. So in this manner, I have drawn all the 3 altitudes. Children, one more thing I want to tell you. As you can see, all the 3 altitudes are intersecting in a common point. Okay. That is called point of concurrence. All three altitudes are passing through the same common point, and that common point is point of concurrence, and that is called as orthocenter. That is called as orthocenter, and it is always denoted by letter O. Okay. In the next video we will continue. Welcome back, children. Children, now in this video I am going to discuss the orthocenter in a right angle triangle. In last video I explained you what is orthocenter. Orthocenter is nothing but what? Point of concurrence, where all three altitudes meet. That point is called as orthocenter. And have you observed one thing? This is an acute angle triangle. And in this acute angle triangle, why this is acute angle triangle? Because all three angles are less than 90. So this is an acute angle triangle. And in acute angle triangle, when I draw on three altitudes, the orthocenter is in the interior of triangle. It is inside the triangle. This is orthocenter and this is inside the triangle. Okay. Now if you take the right angle triangle, then where orthocenter finds? Let's check. Suppose this is a right angle triangle, children. Let's draw the altitude in a right angle triangle. Children, do you know in a right angle triangle, two altitudes are already there in the triangle only. You know this AB, segment AB is itself, this is a side of a triangle. Yes, it is true, but at the same time I would say segment AB is altitude also, which is drawn from vertex A and perpendicular to side BC. So segment AB is side also and altitude also. Understood? So how it is altitude? It is drawn from vertex A and perpendicular to the side BC. So side AB is a one of the altitude. Same way, children, I would say that BC is also altitude. I know it is a side of a triangle, but BC is altitude also. If you turn the triangle in this manner, you will find BC is the altitude drawn from vertex C and perpendicular to side AB. Okay, if you extend this side for the time being, if you extend this side, then it is the altitude drawn from vertex C and making 90-degree angle with the side AB. So this is also one of the altitude. So drawn from vertex A on BC is 1. Drawn from vertex C on AB is 1. Now third altitude is not present over here, but we can draw which is on side AC. Now how to draw that? Take the 90-degree part on the with the set square, slide it till the opposite vertex come, and once it is once my vertical edge of the set square touches the opposite vertex B, I can draw it. Understood? So this is the 90 degree. Sorry, this is the 90 degree. Okay. Now you can see this is one vertex. Suppose you have given the name D. Now AB is one altitude, BC is second altitude, and DB is third altitude. Have you observed all the three altitudes meet at point B? Understood? And that's why it is said that the orthocenter of a right angle triangle is the vertex of a right angle. You know very well, in a right angle triangle, this is the 90-degree angle and this is the vertex. So where the orthocenter lies in right angle triangle? Orthocenter lies in right angle triangle at the vertex. Which vertex? The vertex which makes 90-degree angle. At that vertex, the orthocenter lies of a right angle triangle. Okay, listen my statements 2-3 times in the video, children. Then only you will realize. In one view, you may not understand. So please listen this video 2 times what the teacher is trying to explain you. Okay, then only you will realize what I am trying to explain. Now third one. Now third I will not draw because we are going to draw in the exercise. So directly from textbook I will show you. Now children, in this diagram you can see this is a there is one obtuse triangle there is one obtuse triangle, and in that obtuse triangle, now it's very difficult to show you. Right now I will just explain you. When the exercise will come, that time I will show you. Children, see, the orthocenter of a right angle triangle is the vertex of right angle. The orthocenter of obtuse angle triangle is in the exterior of triangle. So if you draw the obtuse angle triangle, then orthocenter lies outside of that triangle. It means exterior of the triangle. And this you have seen, the orthocenter of acute angle triangle is in the interior of triangle. This and this I have shown you just now. Am I right? And this I will show you in the exercise example, when we will draw actually the obtuse angle triangle and we will draw the all altitudes. That time I will show you how that orthocenter lies in the exterior of a triangle. Okay. Now let's proceed in the next video. Welcome back, children. Now I will explain you what do you mean by median. You are aware of it, but actually we are going to learn in this lesson how to construct the medians. First, recall what is median. Median is segment joining the vertex and midpoint of opposite side. Okay, that is called median. Median is what? It is such a segment which is joining the vertex and midpoint of opposite side. So midpoint of BC and opposite vertex A, where the segment which joins that two things, that is the one median. Same way we will take midpoint of AC, that point, and the opposite vertex B, when we join that segment is one of the median. And same way the segment which joins the C and midpoint of AB, that segment would be the third median. Okay. Now, how to draw that medians? Children, to draw the medians, you know very well. First of all, I need to find out which are the midpoints. So with the scale, you will not find the midpoint. Remember always. How to find out the midpoints? To find out the midpoints, I am going to use the construction, how to draw perpendicular bisector of any segment. If I draw the perpendicular bisector of BC, if I draw the perpendicular bisector of BC, then children, perpendicular bisector means what? Which bisects the segment. And when it divides the segment BC in two equal parts. Indirectly, I want to explain you, perpendicular bisector will help you to understand which is the exact midpoint of side BC. So let's find out the midpoint of BC, and for that I am going to draw perpendicular bisector of segment BC. How to draw? Take more than half distance of side BC. Okay, this is the half somewhere. I will take more than half. Okay, once it is fixed, then don't disturb, and then put the end point on C. Make a arc up and down of segment BC. Same way, put the pinpoint on B and again cross the previous arc up and down. Understood? And then draw the line which is passing through the BC. Just a minute. Now this is perpendicular bisector. So, and this point is nothing but what? Midpoint of side BC. Suppose you have given the name D. In this manner I got. Now children, if I want to draw the altitude, now to your understanding I will use the pen, but children, you should not use the pen in the construction. To make you understand, I'm using, you don't use it, never in a construction pen. Construction will only be done with pencil only. Understood? Now suppose I want to draw median. First median, which is drawn from vertex A and joining the midpoint of opposite side BC. So how would I draw? This is A and this is the opposite side's midpoint D. I will draw, and in this manner I got my first median AD. Do you understand? So with the perpendicular bisector, I got midpoint. Then I join that midpoint and opposite vertex A. So this, with the ball pen, whatever segment I drawn, that is my first median. Same way with the perpendicular bisector, I will find a midpoint of AB, and then that midpoint and C point I will join, that is my second median, and same way for the third side. Okay, now we will proceed for the exercises. Okay, thank you. Good morning, children. Let's start the exercise 4.1. First example, fill-ups. Children, now you know very well what do you mean by altitude. Altitude is such a segment which is a perpendicular segment, understood, which is drawn from vertex and making 90-degree angle with the opposite side. So there are two segments, LX and LY. What do you think? Which one would be the altitude? Obviously LX would be the altitude because it's a perpendicular segment, understood. So I will write in triangle LMN, LX is the altitude and dash is the median. Median is such a segment which joins the vertex and the midpoint of opposite side. Y is the midpoint of MN, understood, and L is the opposite vertex. So that's why LY segment is the median. So I will write over here LY is the median, understood. This can be asked for 1 mark. Now let's go for the fourth question. Draw an obtuse angle triangle LMN and draw its altitude and denote the orthocenter by O. Remember, altitude we are drawing with the set square, understood. So let's do it. First of all, we need to draw the obtuse angle triangle LMN. What do you mean by obtuse angle triangle, children? Obtuse angle triangle in which one angle is more than 90 degree. Okay, so let's do it. Suppose I have drawn, listen, suppose here I have taken one, any length you can take, that is your choice. I have taken 6 centimeter down. It is your choice, children. Now I want obtuse angle triangle. Suppose this angle I will keep it more than 90. So even without protractor also you can imagine obtuse angle means it should be 90 degree means perfect time, and obtuse angle means more than, it is away from the this segment. So by that way also you can draw, no need to measure actually, but still. So obtuse angle more than 90, suppose I have taken 130 degree. Okay, so I have drawn 130 degree. No need to measure the lengths. We need only obtuse angle triangle. So in this manner, I had drawn the obtuse angle triangle LMN. Okay. Now suppose this is L, M and N. Now children, I have to draw the altitudes. Draw its altitudes and denote the orthocenter. Wherever all three altitudes meet, that common point is orthocenter. How to draw altitudes? You know very well. In the last video, I have already explained you with the help of set square. But this question is little tricky, difficult. Reason behind that, always remember children, altitude are the perpendicular segment. So it would be straight. So if I want to draw the altitude from L vertex, and if it is a perpendicular means it would be straight. Okay, so it would come like this way. Understood? But what is altitude? It should make a 90 degree angle with the opposite side. So the altitude which is drawn from vertex L, it should make 90 degree angle with the opposite side MN. But if I am drawing like this way, it will be tilted line. Will it make a 90 degree angle? The answer is no. And altitude is always a perpendicular segment with the opposite side. Then what I have to do? Obviously, children, to satisfy that, I will extend this base with the dotted line. Okay. So I will extend this with the dotted line. Put an arrow. Now what I will do, our regular trick. So I want to draw the altitude from vertex L and making 90-degree angle with the opposite side MN. So I will keep this 90-degree part on the base. I will slide it. Still vertical edge of the set square touches the point L. And once I got such situation, you can see it is coinciding with the MN and vertical edge touches the point L. So draw the line. This is your first altitude. Okay. In next video, we will continue, children. Welcome back. Let's continue our previous example. So in the last video, we had drawn the one altitude drawn from vertex L and making 90-degree angle with the opposite side MN. Understood? Now let's draw the another altitude which is drawn from vertex M and making 90-degree angle with the opposite side LN. Remember, drawn from M, and which is the opposite side of M vertex? LN. So it would make 90-degree angle with the LN. Okay. So for that, what I have to do? Obviously, I will turn the book. I have to keep this 90-degree part on which side, or no need to turn also, on which side? On the opposite side. Okay, opposite side is LN. And slide the set square in such a way that its vertical edge should touch the M. Have you noticed? See, children, it's this is M vertex, opposite side LM. I have kept this 90-degree part on the opposite side. Okay, and I slide it till its vertical edge touches the M. So in this manner, I will draw the altitude. Understood? Now altitude drawn from vertex L, altitude drawn from vertex M, and now altitude we have to draw from vertex N. But children, which is the opposite side of vertex N? LM. But if you draw the altitude from vertex N, can you draw in this manner? The answer is no. If you draw in this manner, it would be tilted line. And tilted line is never making 90-degree angle with the opposite side. You know very well. It means what? It should go straight. And to go straight from N, it should go perpendicular segment. So it should go straight like this way. And it should make 90-degree angle with the LM. Indirectly, it means I need to extend LM, children. Then only I can draw the straight line. Straight means by making perpendicular with the opposite side such a line. Okay, from the vertex N. So let's extend the opposite side LM first. So I'm extending this with the dotted line. Okay, put an arrow and now start making altitude from N. Again, I will keep the set square on the opposite side, 90-degree part always kept on the opposite side LM. But children, my vertex is back side, so slide it back till it gives you N point. Okay, so what we have to do? This 90-degree we will make it over here, and then okay, this is our 90-degree angle. Understood? Now children, we need to find out orthocenter. I drawn 3 altitudes. Altitude drawn from L perpendicular to MN. altitude drawn from M perpendicular to opposite side Ln, and altitude drawn from N and perpendicular to opposite side Lm. Three altitudes are ready, but I want to find out orthocenter, and inside the triangle it is not seen. So obviously it would be outside the triangle. Let's extend all the three altitudes and and we will extend the things. Okay, so I am extending this. Have you noticed my all three altitudes meets at this point, which is nothing but O. I just extended and I got the answer. Okay, thank you. Welcome back, children. Let's take one more example of drawing altitudes. Draw an acute angle triangle PQR. Children, actually this kind of construction I have shown you in the last video also. Last video means last day's video. Okay. Now how to draw? Very easy, same manner, because we have to draw altitude with the help of set square. Let's draw. Only the triangle is this time which kind of acute angle triangle is there. Otherwise drawing the altitude, how to draw that, the method is same. So let's draw acute angle triangle. Acute angle triangle means the triangle in which all the three angles are less than 90 degree. Children, we don't need to measure also. Let's draw the simple triangle as you regularly draw. Okay, this is acute angle only. Okay, see, you know very well if it is, let me complete this properly. If you know very well, children, this is perfect L, means it is 90 degree angle, but this is less than 90. Same way, this is perfect L means making 90 degree angle, but I want acute means less than 90, so obviously I would bend towards inside. Okay, and in this manner I don't need to measure, actually directly also I can draw the acute angle triangle. Okay. Now once it is drawn, let's give the name PQR. Okay, now we have to draw the altitude. For altitude we need the set square, you know very well. Let's start the altitude drawn from the vertex P and making 90 degree angle with the QR. So let's draw. We will keep 90 degree part on opposite side of the sets and vertical edge should touch the P vertex. So I will keep, remember, set square 90 degree part always keep on the opposite side. Okay, remember this hint, those who get confused. And vertical edge should always touch to the opposite vertex. So I got it. Actually this construction I have shown on Monday's video also. See. Now same way I will draw the altitude from the vertex Q and perpendicular to PR. Children, the 90 degree part I will keep on which side? PR. So let's keep it like this way and go on sliding till vertical edge touches the Q angle. Okay, so let's draw. Remember this side is coinciding with the drawn line, always remember, and vertical edge will touch to the point Q. So in this way you can draw. Okay, a corner is not perfect, it is little round, so little I extended over there. This is 90 degree. Now third altitude drawn from vertex R and perpendicular to PQ. So I will keep my 90-degree part on the PQ and then go on sliding till vertical edge touches the point R. Okay, so I have drawn this. This is the 90-degree. Perfect. Now this point, as you can see, this is the point of concurrence which is shown by orthocenter O. This is orthocenter actually, or you can say point of concurrence which is shown by letter O. In this way you can draw the all three altitudes. Now have you observed, children, this is an acute angle triangle. Orthocenter is inside interior of the triangle. And when I had drawn last time the obtuse angle triangle, that time orthocenter, this was the original triangle, and orthocenter lies outside the triangle. So remember these two statements. In obtuse angle triangle, orthocenter lies in exterior of triangle, and in acute angle triangle, orthocenter lies in the interior of triangle. Always remember. Okay, thank you. Welcome back, children. Now in this video I am going to explain you how to draw perpendicular bisector of any side. Children, this is not new for you. You must have learned in the previous standards. Okay, but I want to recall that because we are going to use that in our next construction example, which is required for drawing the medians. Children, for drawing the medians, we need to find out the midpoint. Midpoint is such a point which bisects the segment in two equal parts. Am I right? And to find out the midpoint, we need to draw perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector helps us to find out the midpoint of any segment. Okay, and that's why I want to recall in this video how to draw perpendicular bisector of any segment. Suppose, children, this is your given segment. Understood? Maybe it is 5.2 or 5.3 or 6.2, 6.3, whatever. So how to find out the midpoint of such a segment? Okay, so first step, take more than half distance. Suppose you can make a guess, this would be half something of this full segments, half this would be. Okay, I want to take more than half distance. Understood? And then what I have to do, just put the pinpoint on this, make the arc up and down. Same way, put the pinpoint on another endpoint of that segment and cross the previous arcs up and then down. Okay, and then draw the line which is passing through the intersection of these two arcs. Okay, this you must be knowing, but still I feel I want to recall this once. Put the arrow. Now this is a perpendicular bisector, but have you observed this is nothing but a midpoint because it divides the segment into two equal parts. Okay, and this construction I am going to use in my next examples. Whenever we need to draw median, first we need to find out midpoint, and to find out midpoint we will draw such perpendicular bisector of the all three segments of a triangle. Suppose this is your triangle. Okay, so and if I want to find out the midpoint of this segment, then midpoint of this segment and midpoint of this segment, then I will draw the perpendicular bisector with this manner of this segment. Same way I will turn the book and again I will draw the perpendicular bisector of this segment, and then I will turn the book and again I will draw the perpendicular bisector of this segment. And that three perpendicular bisectors will show me the exact midpoint of this side, midpoint of this side, and midpoint of this side. And then you know very well what is median. Opposite vertex and midpoint, join that, you will get one median. Same way opposite vertex and midpoint join, you will get second, and same way third. So in our next video we will do the actual construction of our required exercise. Thank you. Good morning, children. Now I will take another example. Draw an obtuse angle triangle STV and draw its medians and show the centroid. As I told you in earlier video, children, to draw the median I will be needing midpoint of the side. And how to find out midpoint of the side? That would be done with the help of perpendicular bisector of that side. Okay, perpendicular bisector will show you which is the midpoint of that segment. And how to draw perpendicular bisector, that I explained in last video. So let's start. What we will do, first of all we will draw the obtuse angle triangle. Why obtuse angle? Because it is mentioned in the question. Okay, so I will draw one obtuse angle triangle. No need to see the measurements, children. You can draw of any length and any angle, but one angle should be obtuse. That you have to be careful. Suppose I have taken, this is 7 centimeter. Now children, see this angle, suppose I want to keep obtuse. Okay, obtuse means more than 90 degree. So this would be the perfect L, means it would be 90 degree. If I bend this scale towards this line, it would be less than 90 degree angle. Am I right? But I want more than 90 degree angle. So I will bend away from this given line. Understood? This is a common sense. And if you don't understand this, then by protractor also more than 90 degree any measurement you take and you can draw. So this would be your obtuse angle. Okay, and then join these two lines and you will get obtuse angle triangle. Okay, now its name is STV. Suppose I give STV. This is obtuse angle. Draw its medians and show the centroid. Now I don't know what is the midpoint of this. So for that what I will do? I will draw the perpendicular bisector of this segment. So now forget everything. Only concentrate on segment TV. Understood? I will take more than half of segment TV. Okay. Suppose this would be somewhere half. I will take more than half distance. Understood? And then what I will do? As I told you, forget everything. Only concentrate on segment TV. Once I put the pinpoint on V, I will make the arc. Suppose children, I am taking little more distance. More than half I want. Remember. Now put the pinpoint on V and draw the arc up and down of TV segment. Understood? Segment TV up one arc, segment TV is down one arc. Understood? Then same thing you have to repeat by putting the pinpoint on the T vertex. So cross the previous arc 1 and cross this arc. And then you will get a perpendicular bisector of TV segment. So draw the line which is passing through the intersection of these two arcs. Okay, so I will draw this, put the arrows, don't forget it's a perpendicular bisector, so it would be 90 degree, remember, and this point is nothing but the midpoint, children. Understood? So you can draw the median. You can draw the median. How to draw median? You remember what is the median segment? Median segment was the opposite vertex and the opposite side's midpoint. So if I join point S and this midpoint, then that segment would be my first median. Okay, but we will do it later on. First I am going to find out midpoint of each segment. Now I find out midpoint of TV. Now let's find out midpoint of TS. For that, children, I will turn the book for my convenience. Okay, and let's start doing the same thing. Okay, take more. Now concentrate on only TS. Forget everything. Only concentrate on segment TS. Take more than half distance of segment TS. This would be somewhere half. Take more than half. Understood? And then make the arcs. So put the pinpoint once on T and then second on S. Okay, put the and mark the arc up, down. Same way, put the pinpoint on S, second end point, cross the previous arc up and then down. So on above TS one cross section, above down TS second cross section. Just draw the line which is passing through these intersection of two arcs, and that would be your another perpendicular bisector which will decide this is the second midpoint of segment TS. In the next video we will continue, children. Thank you. Welcome back, children. Now you can see this is the second midpoint of segment TS I got. This is the midpoint of TV I got, and this is the midpoint of TS I got. Because they are the midpoints, they bisect the segment in two equal parts. So I will mark like this way. Now this is another midpoint which bisects the segment TS in two equal parts. So I will mark this way. Understood? And let's give some name. This is the STV. So we will give ABC, suppose. This point is A. Now this point I will give B. And let's find out the third segment's midpoint. Okay, by drawing a perpendicular bisector of segment SV. So repeat the same procedure. Now forget about sides. Only concentrate on which side? SV. Okay. Take more than half distance of SV. Okay. And then put the pinpoint on V. Make the arcs up of SV and down of SV. Now same procedure repeat by putting the pinpoint on S. Now cross the previous arc and here also. Understood? And then draw the line which would be the perpendicular bisector of SV segment. Now this is making 90-degree angle with this. Now because of this, SV divided into two equal parts. So I will draw the equal marking. Understood? And I will give the name. This was A midpoint. This is second midpoint B, and this is third midpoint C. Now children, I got the midpoint of all three sides by drawing each one's perpendicular bisector. Okay. Now let's draw the median. How to draw median? See. This segment's midpoint is A, and who is the opposite vertex of side TV? S. I am repeating my statement. Point A is the midpoint of segment TV, and what is the opposite vertex of segment TV? S. So join these two things, you will get your first median. So I am drawing S and A. Then next, now ST's midpoint was B. And what is the opposite vertex of segment STV? Listen my statements carefully. ST's midpoint B, and which is the opposite vertex of segment STV. So join that, you will get second median. And now from S to midpoint A, from V to midpoint B, and now from T to midpoint C, I will join it. Because C is the midpoint of this SV's and opposite vertex is T. So I will join this midpoint and opposite vertex. In this manner, children, I will get the common point, which is known as centroid, and it is always shown by letter G. So children, as in orthocenter, all three altitudes meet in common point, and that point of concurrence we used to call orthocenter. Same way in case of medians, wherever three medians meet, that common point is called as centroid, and it is shown by letter G. Understood? So this is your centroid and the things are over. Thank you. Welcome back, children. Now I am going to take another example. Example number 5. Draw a right angle triangle XYZ and draw its median and show the point of concurrence, that means centroid G. So first of all, children, we will draw the right angle triangle. Okay. So let's draw. Then I will use the protractor to make perfect 90-degree angle. So I will keep the protractor over here and I will find out where is 90 degree. And then I will use that point and I will draw one 90 degree. And then we will make a right angle. Now what we have to do? Again same procedure, children. First I need to find out midpoint of this segment, then midpoint of this segment and midpoint of this segment. So I will draw the perpendicular bisector of each segment. This one and this one. Let's give the name XYZ. This is X, this is Y, this is Z. First we will draw the perpendicular bisector of YZ. Take more than half of YZ. Once you put the pinpoint on Z and then second you put the pinpoint on Y. Okay. So while drawing the arcs, children, one arc on the up of YZ, one arc on the down of YZ. So anywhere it will come inside also, don't worry about it. One arc up the YZ segment, second arc down the YZ segment. Now same procedure repeat over here. Put the pinpoint on second end point, that is Y. Cross the arc and here also. Okay, and then draw the line joining, passing through this point of intersection of arcs. Okay, so let's draw it. Arrow both the side, 90 degree because it's a perpendicular bisector, and equal marking because it divides the segment in two equal parts. Suppose give the name of this point is A. Now same procedure I will repeat for XY and then for XZ. So I will turn the book for my convenience. Okay, and then do the same. Take more than half distance of XY. Okay, this would be somewhere half. I will take more than it. You can take this, you can take this, you can take this. That is your choice, but it should be more than half. Make sure. And now once I put the pinpoint on Y and then second I will put the pinpoint on X. And arcs to be made above the XY and below the XY. Suppose I made one arc over here and one arc here. Above the XY, below the XY. Now put the pinpoint on X. Again cross this arc above and one is down. If you find the arcs are not crossing, then again put the pinpoint on Y and extend your previous arc so that it will intersect. Now you can see I got two intersection point of arcs. Let's draw the line which is passing through these two intersection of arcs. Now this will give you the midpoint of segment XZ. Again it's a perpendicular bisector, make 90 degree, make equal marks and give the name suppose B. Now same procedure I will repeat for XZ. Okay. So what I have to do? Take more than half distance of xz and we have to repeat the procedure. Put the pinpoint once on z and then next on x. One above the arc and second below the arc. It may come inside the triangle, children, don't worry. Now put the pinpoint on x, cross that arcs, okay. If it is coming inside the triangle, now then too no problem. And then draw the line passing through these two intersection of arcs. In this manner, I got third midpoint also. This is 90 degree. Children, we will continue in next video. Thank you. Welcome back, children. So, in the last video, we got all the three midpoints. So, point A is the midpoint of YZ. Point B is the midpoint of XY. And now, this point I will assign C, which is the midpoint of XZ. Now, what is the next part? What we have to do, children? We just have to join the midpoint and opposite vertex. So suppose this is the midpoint and which is the opposite vertex. This is the midpoint of YZ. Am I right? So what is the opposite vertex of YZ? Opposite vertex of YZ is X. So midpoint of YZ and opposite vertex, you have to join it. You will get your first median. Okay. So for your understanding, for the time being, I am drawing dotted line. Actually, you should not do. In the PDF, I will give you full line, not dotted. But right now, for the understanding, I have dotted line I have joined. Now, second median. Which median I will draw? See, what is the midpoint of XY? B. And which is the opposite vertex of XY? Z. Understood? So, opposite vertex of XY is Z and midpoint of XY is B. Let's join. That would be your second median. Okay. So I'm going to draw second median. And now I will draw third median. Midpoint is C of XZ. Okay, and which is the opposite vertex of XZ? Y. So I will just join C and Y. So children, wherever all the three midpoints meet, that point is your centroid, which is nothing but what? G. Now children, this is I shown just because you should understand which lines I am joining. But we should not draw the dotted line. You should complete the line. So for showing you, I have shown you dotted line. Now let's do it with proper full line I am going to draw. I will not keep it dotted because median to be shown full segment only. It never be dotted. Remember this. And third line was this much. You can see all the three medians are meeting at this point, which is shown by G. I hope you understood how to do that. Now children, we will go for 7th question. Okay. To solve the 7th question, first of all, I want to explain you one rule. You know very well G is the centroid, right? And centroid always divides each median in 2:1 ratio. So if this is the centroid, then this median is divided into 2:1 ratio. 2:1 means what? From vertex till centroid, it is 2 parts. And from centroid to the midpoint of opposite side, it is 1 part. If this is 6 centimeter, AG is 6 centimeter, then GP would be 3 centimeter. Have you observed, if this is 3, this is the double. So from vertex to centroid, 2 parts of that median is there. And from G to P, it would be 1 part. Okay. Same way I can say about this median. From vertex to centroid, two parts of that segment would be there, and one part of that segment would be from centroid to the midpoint of opposite side. So if I say this is 2.5, then this would be double of it, 5 centimeter. And same thing I can talk about this. Remember, from vertex to centroid, two parts, and from centroid to midpoint, one part. So based on this rule, in short, centroid divides each median in 2:1 ratio. Okay. Now based on this statement, I am going to solve our seventh question. What they have given? G is the centroid of triangle ABC, and one question is asked to you. RG is 2.5. RG means this part. Okay, is 2.5. Then what would be the CG? Okay. Now concentrate on this full median CR. It is divided into two parts, CG and GR. Okay. So we will do it in next video, children. Thank you. Welcome back, children. Okay. So as I said, centroid divides each median is 2:1 ratio. Means if this is full median, then from vertex to centroid, it would be two parts of that segment, and this would be one part. Okay. If this is double, this is half. Now based on that, let's solve this first question. RG is 2.5. RG is this part. Okay. And they are asking you if RG is 2.5, what would be the CG? Have you noticed RG and CG are the two parts of the same median CR? And you know very well, centroid always divides the median in 2:1 ratio. Means if CG would be double and GR would be half of that. Understood? So based on that, I will write, first I will write the statement. The centroid divides each median. The centroid divides each median in the ratio 2:1. According to that, always start from vertex first, children. Numerator part would be vertex to centroid. So this median I am considering. So C to G. So I will write length CG upon, now down what I will write, centroid to midpoint of opposite vertex. So GR. So CG up and GR down. Length GR. They will be in the ratio what? 2:1. Always. Understood? Now out of this, one part they have given. What is that? RG 2.5 is given. RG means GR. So let's substitute here this 2.5. So length CG, keep it as it is. But this would be 2.5 is equal to 2/1. Now children, simple. Just cross multiply and solve it. Length CG into 1 is equal to 2 into 2.5. This into this is equal to this into this. So length CG ones are length CG, and 2.5 into 2, 5.0, that means only 5. Okay, so I will write it would be 5. Centimeter, meter, nothing they have mentioned, so this would be the last one. Understood? Now same way you can solve the second part. What is the second part question? If length BG is equal to 6, then length BQ is equal to question mark. Understood? Now let's find out how to solve. Let's concentrate in diagram. BG is 6, BQ is asked. Where in the diagram, where is BG? BG means from vertex to centroid, means double part. That is given how many centimeter? 6, not centimeter. This is given 6. So GQ would be how much? That is, sorry, not GQ is not asked. Full BQ is asked. But to find out BQ, first I need to find out GQ. Okay. So this is double 6. So this would be half of that. That would be, you can orally also think about it. If this is 6, then this would be 3. From vertex to centroid, double part. From centroid to midpoint of opposite vertex, half part. So if this is 6, this would be 3. And then how much would be the BQ? 6 plus 3, 9. Okay, now this I solved orally. Now let's write down in proper manner. First I will write the ratio that from length BG upon length GQ is equal to 2:1. Okay. Now BG is given 6. GQ we don't know. It would come half, that I know, but we have to show it on the paper. So next part is what? Cross multiply. 6 into 1 is equal to 2 into length GQ. Okay, 6 ones are 6. 2 into length GQ, 2 length GQ. Okay, but I am interested in finding out GQ. So multiplied by 2, when I send to this side, it would be divided by. Okay, and then 2 ones are 2, 2 threes are 6. So length GQ is 3. But children, this was not asked. They had asked you length BQ, and length BQ is the what? BG plus GQ gives you full BQ. BG is given 6. GQ just now you got it 3. So 6 plus 3 total 9 would be BQ. So let's write down length BQ is equal to length BG plus length GQ, that is 6 plus 3 9. Okay, it is done. Thank you. Good morning, children. Let's continue our last example. The third part was left in last example, last video's example. If you remember, children, we were solving this example. Okay, question number 7. 3 sub questions are asked. First and second we had solved last time. Okay, second one also we had solved last time. Now I am going for the third sub question. What is that third sub question? Third sub question was, if length AB is equal to 6, then find length AG and length GP. I will show you in the diagram what they are telling you. This full median is 6 centimeter. Okay, not centimeter, only 6. AP, this full segment is of 6 units. Okay, and now they are asking you, if this is full of 6 units, then how much units of AG and GP is of how much units? So AG and GP's units are asked. How many units it is? Now how to solve? Everyone knows this statement, centroid divides each median in the ratio 2:1. So I am going to use the same statement again. Obviously AG from vertex to centroid, that is AG upon GP, means from centroid to midpoint of opposite side. Ratio is always what? 2:1. I am repeating, AG upon GP is equal to 2:1. Okay. So I will write length AG upon length GP is equal to 2:1. You remember I explained you, always start from vertex to centroid and down centroid to midpoint of opposite side. Now this ratio I already knowing, this formula I already knowing. Let's use that formula for finding out these unknown things. Now cross multiply this. 1 into length AG is equal to 2 into length GP. I cross multiplied, children. 1 into length AG, only length AG. Like 4 ones are 4, 3 ones are 3. Same way 1 into length AG, and 2 into length GP. Okay. Now I want to find out actual numeric value of these two. So what I will do, for the time being, I will suppose length GP is X. Okay, length GP is X. So let length GP is equal to X units. I have assumed that. If GP is X unit, then how much would be the AG? 2 into X, that is 2X units will be length AG. Let's show on the paper that length AG is equal to 2 into length GP, but 2 into X, that is 2X. So length AG is equal to 2X and length GP I assume X. Understood? But I know very well, if you add AG and GP, you will get full AP, and full AP's length is how much? 6 units. So I'm going to write that. Okay, I will write length AG plus length GP is equal to total length AP. But AP is given 6. I know very well. It is given in the question. Okay. Now, AG is how much? 2x. Just now we got it. GP is how much? We had assumed x. Let's write down. Solve this. Okay. So 2x plus x is equal to 6. 2x plus x is 3x is equal to 6. So x is equal to 6 divided by 3. So x is equal to 2 units. Now once x you know, you can easily find out AG length in numeric form, GP length in numeric form. GP was x. Okay. So therefore length GP is equal to x, which is nothing but 2, and length AG is equal to 2x, that is 2 into 2, 4 units. So finally what I got, length AGP is equal to 2 and length AG is equal to 4. Okay, so in this way I got both the values. I hope you understood, children. Thank you. Welcome back, children. Now I am going to take 6th example of that exercise. Draw an isosceles triangle. Draw all of its medians and altitudes. Okay. So let's draw first isosceles triangle. So I am taking at the base, children, 8 centimeter. It is your choice. You can take it. Okay. Then I am going to take here both the sides are of 6 centimeter because it's a isosceles. So two sides must be same length. So I am going to take now 6 centimeter. Put the pinpoint on one end point. Draw the arc. Put the pinpoint on another end point. Cross that previous arc. And then join that. You will get required isosceles triangle where these two sides are equal. Afterwards, we will draw the set square. Okay. So we will draw the altitude, and to draw the altitude, we will need set square. Now suppose I want to draw the altitude which is passing through this vertex and making 90-degree angle with the opposite side. So that time this 90-degree part I will keep it on this side. Okay, and slide it. You know very well how to keep it. So keep it in such a way that it will coincide the drawn baseline and vertical edge should touch the opposite vertex. Okay, so do it. Now same way I will draw the another altitude which is passing through this vertex and making 90-degree angle with the opposite side. So again 90-degree part I will keep it on this opposite vertex and go on sliding till vertical edge touches the opposite vertex. You can see, children. Okay, so complete that line straight. Then next, keep the third side, it will be perpendicular to this and passing through this vertex. So again 90-degree, keep it in this manner so that its vertical edge will touch the opposite vertex. Slide it till its vertical edge touches the vertical side. Okay. Little line is tilted. Draw this straight. Okay. In this manner, you can see all the three altitudes meet at this point. This is the point of concurrence. Now we will draw the medians. You know very well, to draw the medians, we need a perpendicular bisector of every segment. Understood? So let's draw the perpendicular bisector of this segment. Okay. Take more than half distance of this segment. Draw the arcs. One is up and one is down. Suppose I have drawn the arc here. Children, now many things are going to mix. You have to be ready for that. Now, and then draw the line which is passing through this. Okay. So this will show your perpendicular bisector of this segment. Okay.
Time is up.
Welcome back, children. Let's continue our last example, which was left half only. Now, last time I had drawn the perpendicular bisector of this segment. Okay. And now I will find out the perpendicular bisector of this, and then I will find perpendicular bisector of this. So let's draw. Take more than half distance. Okay. And then put a pinpoint over here. Make arc up and down. And then put a pinpoint on here. Make arc up and down. You can see they are not crossing. So again put on the previous point and extend the arc so that it will cross it. Understood? Now you can see this is the point of intersection and this is the point of intersection of two arcs. Draw the line passing through that. Okay, so this is the perpendicular bisector. This will gives you equal part. Same way this will give you equal part. Now I will draw the perpendicular bisector of this segment. Okay. Now let's draw. Take more than half distance. Suppose I am taking little more this time. I have taken more than half distance. One up, one down. And from here again cross the previous one. And here cross the previous one. Okay. And then draw the line passing through this point of intersection and this point of intersection. Now children, these are perpendicular bisectors. Now this has divided the segment in two equal parts. Okay. Now have you noticed? Now let's draw the final medians. Okay. So what I will do, you know very well. Now from this vertex to midpoint, I don't need to draw separately, children, because altitude and perpendicular bisector came same. So I don't need to draw another median again, because in this part altitude and median is one and the same. So I will not draw, but this median I have to draw vertex and midpoint of opposite side. Children, to make you understand, I will draw this. Listen, opposite vertex and midpoint I am drawing. This is one of the median. Now this median is altitude itself. Okay. And now from here midpoint and opposite vertex, that is the third median. So I will draw third one. Okay. So suppose I gave this name. The triangle's name is STE. Okay. Now I would say this is the altitudes. So I will give the name this first altitude D, then L and M. This and this altitude. Now perpendicular bisector, suppose you gave A, B, C. I don't need to give because D itself is the C. Understood? Now have you noticed that all the three altitudes are meeting at this point? This is the point of concurrence, which I would say it's a orthocenter. And if you see carefully, here three medians are drawn and all the three medians are nothing but this. So this is the centroid G point and this is the orthocenter O point. And have you noticed orthocenter and centroid both comes on the same perpendicular bisector? Understood? And that's why what is the observation? The centroid G and the orthocenter O lies on the line which is perpendicular bisector of TE. Understood? This is our observation. Got it? I hope you understood. When you practically draw, then only you will understand, children, how to draw. Just by looking at this video, it's not possible. You actually do it, you will slowly realize it. Thank you.